After coaching several students to being top scorers in Jamb, in this video, I'm going to show to you 3 secrets for moving from the 200 category to 300 plus and how exactly top scorers prepare, and it's not like what you've been doing. Number 1, they remove confusion before they start. Most students begin their Jamb preparation in the wrong direction without even knowing about it. So they start with enthusiasm, they get new textbook, new jotters, timetable, but they don't start with clarity. And when you don't start with clarity, you automatically create problems that will slow you down later. So high-scoring students understand one thing that most people ignore. Confusion is the first enemy of a high score. So before they read the single chapter, they take their time to understand the exam they are about to face. They don't assume, they don't guess, they don't copy what their friends are doing. And so they begin by gathering the right information and then organizing it properly. So here's what they do. The first thing they do is they study the Jamb syllabus. They don't just download it and forget about it. They go through every topic one by one. They check what is required, what is optional, what questions to Jamb repeat again and again. So when you know your syllabus, you don't just read randomly, you read with direction. The number 2 thing they do is that they match the syllabus with the right materials. A high scorer doesn't use 10 different textbooks to prepare. They concentrate on 1 or 2 that aligns completely with the syllabus, so they know what chapter to emphasize. So there is no wasting time on irrelevant content or things that are not going to appear in the exam. When they have gotten the syllabus, the next thing they do is to study past questions. Mind what I said, not answer past questions. And the purpose of studying the past question is to look at what topics appear repeatedly, the style of questions, to the instructions, and the typical exam behavior. For example, if you are offering physics, what are the probability of calculative questions coming up? And so they are able to create structure before even going into any reading process. So they understand and create a plan that matches the syllabus and the past questions they observe. They organize the textbooks that will fit such situation, plan their weekly progress, and they spend much time in planning than in action at the beginning. By the time they finally begin reading, they are calm, organized, and confident, not because they are naturally brilliant. That's why most people miss it. But because they have removed confusion in the first place. So if you are ready to apply these strategies for yourself, I'm opening up a 2-week Jamb preparation class, and you will see how to plan your days, track your progress, and start building habits that actually get you the 300 plus. And the fun fact is this, it is completely free. The link is in the description box and the pinned comment as well. The 2 secrets of 300 plus scorers in Jamb is that they break their big goals into small and steady action. Now, almost every Jamb candidate wants a high score, but an high score is not a plan. That is just an outcome. And if you don't have a plan, there is no way of changing your behavior which will give you the outcome. So an high-scoring student separates themselves from the average by taking that dream and putting it into a practicable operation. So a low scorer is thinking about 300 plus. An high scorer is planning for the 300 plus. Because a goal without structure creates pressure. And a goal broken into steps creates progress. And so here's how they think. What they do is that they translate that goal into weekly targets. So instead of saying, oh, before April I must finish chemistry, they break it down and they are asking themselves, what can I finish this week? So if it's this week, they are having organic chemistry, hydrocarbons. Next week, chemical kinetics. In the upper week, acid, base, and salt. There is an explicit plan written down. So they always know what to do for the next 7 days. So there's no vague plan I know I am meant to be studying chemistry, but I cannot decide what to do. Or I know I'm meant to be, there's no vague plan of, I know I'm meant to study chemistry, but when in chemistry do I start? So every day has an assignment. It's not too much, it's not too little, just to push them forward consistently. They care more about consistency than the volume. Another important factor when thinking about this type of process is that high scorers are not over ambitious. They don't create over ambitious plans because they choose tasks that they can finish every day, not the one that looks impressive on paper. So they focus on what is realistic and not dramatic, because what actually gets them that 300 plus is appearing every day. So instead of saying, oh, I want to read 3 chapters of physics, it is just a section of physics. And at the end of the week, they are checking, did I complete? Topics do I need to go back to learn? Because there will be topics whereby they don't really understand. What parts of these topics do I struggle with? And so it helps them to adjust their plan for the next week. And so they treat preparation like a system instead of mood changes. Because you can be like, this time around, I am in the mood. I feel motivated to have the 300 plus because I just watched an interview of somebody who had the 300 plus. But 2-3 days from that time, you come across a topic in physics that is a problem, and then you are hooked. Because high scorers don't build their strength in jumps, they build it in layers. So an average student, the 200 plus student, is waiting for a perfect mood, a perfect day, come exceptionally well. It's not because they are the most intelligent. It's because they have the ability to convert a big ambition, a big dream, into simple tasks they can execute daily without any drama. So if you want that 300 plus, here's what I want you to do. I want you to break that 300 plus into subjects and break those subjects into the topics based on the first advice that I gave for the syllabus, and choose which of these topics can I do for today. The third secret is that they choose mastery over speed. One of the mistakes Jamb students make is treating preparation like a race. Like, I'm in a race with 2 of my friends to see who can finish the syllabus first. So they rush through the chapters, they are skimming through their notes, they jump from one topic to other so that they can chat on WhatsApp and say, oh, I've finished biology or I've covered chemistry. But finishing is not the same thing as understanding. And understanding is not the same thing as mastery, because what Jamb will test is mastery. The 300 plus is a test of mastery. High scoring students think differently. They don't just rush to finish their textbook. Instead, they take their time to understand what they are reading. So they know that Jamb does not reward speed. It rewards what you know. And so because Jamb rewards what they know, they do these things. First thing, they slow down and concentrate on comprehension. So instead of racing from topic to topic, they give their full attention to the meaning of what is read now. They are asking themselves, do I understand this? Can I explain it to somebody else? Can I solve questions from this topic without guessing? That's a very important factor, because most students guess the answer and think they have understood it. And so if the answer is no, they don't move on. They stay with the topic until it becomes clear. The next thing they do in this secret is that they revisit difficult topics without shame. One thing I've noticed about 200 plus students is that they skip the hard topics, while the 300 plus students confront the hard topics. So they can find something confusing like electronics, organic chemistry. They don't panic or pretend like as if they have understood it, because a 200 plus will pretend like they have understood it. A 300 plus will know that repeated exposure to heat and correcting where they have made their mistakes is the key to mastery. The next thing they do again within this secret is that they practice questions during learning and not after. So most students will read the whole textbook. I've had people say, oh, I want to finish the whole syllabus before I start answering past questions. High scorers do the opposite. So they read a subtopic and they immediately attempt 20 past questions, or they go to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT, create questions that I can solve. Because creating the question tells them where they are faulty, where they need to build upon to make them reach that level of mastery that gets them to 300 plus. So an average student, in the attempt to have the illusion of understanding, jumps ahead because they are afraid of coming back, or revising a topic because they feel it's a testament to the fact that they're not intelligent. But the 300 plus don't care about that. All they care about is reaching that 300 plus, and they are ready to face the seemingly lack of self-worth in failure. Students that have the 300 plus is not the one that finishes their syllabus or finishes the topics faster. It is people or students that have the dreams, are ready to break it down, have the dream, get the materials, are ready to break those dreams down, are ready to face the slow climb of having the 300 plus in that middle of struggle. Because nobody cares how fast you read or how well your timetable is designed or how beautiful your dream of 300 places. What Jamb cares about is how well do you understand. By the way, we are running a free 2-week Jamb mastery class for students who wants to start the right way. Like I said in the video, there is a link in the description if you are willing to join. It is open to science class students only.